you all today. Well, you in particular. I've been thinking about this a little bit more lately. I want to get more into photography, and I know there's a guy that watches my videos because we email back and forth that does like freelance videography, and there's just something different about physically holding an image in our hands. I don't know what it is, but I was thinking about that, where it's just like, this is the one thing that I wouldn't necessarily need to have. Like, if nobody ever buys any of this stuff or ever uses it, and if I just give it away as like a gift to my friends or something like that, like the photos that I take on trips that I go on, or hiking trails, or just new areas that I find interesting, and take some photos of that, I feel like it'd be kind of fun. Because, I don't know, I used to always, I was thinking about this the other night, well, I guess a couple days ago when I was in the shower. I probably could have written it out as well too. But what it is I was trying to figure out what classes I took as a kid. Like classes that I took in high school. Because those were classes, like electives, not the normal, like, you have to take this class to be able to pass type of thing, but like the fun elective things that I ended up doing. And a couple of them that I remember enjoying more than others, like I took a woodworking class, and that was fun. Like, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like this end-all be-all type of class, because I remember when I took the class and then I had to do like this patchwork on this bowl that I ended up making, I didn't know how to do the patchwork, so I had to get the person, like the teacher, to be able to do it, and he was never able to do it because when I tried to do the patchwork, it just didn't work. Like, I tried it and I tried it and I tried it, and it just just didn't work. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy doing that type of stuff, and maybe one day I'll get back into a little bit more. The other classes that I ended up doing a bit more of, fine, I wanted to shoot that. The other classes that I did more of, there's like a black and white photography class that I took, where like you had to actually use film on, like we were taking photos with film, which I feel like that'd be another fun little avenue to explore. I'm realizing now, after talking with a lot of these other people, because I talked with a couple of people on some of the hikes that I went on. It was one hike in particular where one woman, she ended up leaving her job and doing like wedding photography, and there's another woman up there as well too, who she's like, I'm just out here just taking photos of the stars. And I'm like, do you make money off of it? She's like, no, it's just something that I enjoy. And I was like, oh, okay, so like, I don't have to make money off of the things that I enjoy doing. Like, I enjoy just making these videos and sharing my thoughts. And I know some people have left some comments beforehand too, where it's just like, that's not going to help you create an income, because that was my goal beforehand. I was like, I want to have Montana home route, because I wanted to have like the income from the YouTube channel, because of the course that I bought almost a decade ago at this point in time, which is crazy. I was like, oh, I need to make money this way. But it's just like, I think that was just like the door that got open, so that then I could be introduced into this whole new world. Because I just like being able to share my thoughts, my ideas, and things that I have going on, because maybe there's other people out there that are doing the same thing. I know that that's not the most persuasive thing, but like, for what I do to pay the bills is I do sales. Like, I persuade people, I ask questions, and I'm curious and inquisitive, and this is just, I guess, more of my way of just being able to share what I have going on, what I'm thinking about doing, and maybe inspire you to go do that same thing. And if not, so be it. But I just think it'd be cool to be able to go out and experiment with film again, like, because then you have to be limited to the amount of photos that you're taking whenever you're out there. So like, with the digital camera, with the phone, I can take hundreds of thousands of photos, and I don't have to be very deliberate. Whereas if, say, I do film photography for a little while as well too, I have to be very deliberate with the photos that I'm taking. I have to be very concise with the amount of work that I'm doing. And this is something that I noticed when I rewatched The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. One of the guys, like, he was taking the photos, if you remember that movie at all, but he took it all on film. And I was like, film's kind of a lost art, it seems like. It doesn't seem like many people are using film. I think there's a couple of directors out there. I think Christopher Nolan's one of the directors that does still use film, because he did like Oppenheimer in film, which that was a pretty cool experience to see. Like, it's just, it's a different vibe, it's a different feeling, and I like to explore both avenues, like film photography along with digital photography, because the film stuff, like I was saying, there's something real about holding an image in your hand and then like giving it to somebody, or creating a book out of something and like giving that book to somebody. Like there's just a different experience from that. And I'd rather do that as like a hobby, quote unquote. And if it ever turns into something, cool. If not, so be it. I just enjoy doing it. It's kind of like the YouTube videos. I had wanted it so bad. I still do, but it was more of like, I think by me wanting it so badly, it just hurt when I didn't end up getting it, or I put in all this work and this effort into these videos, and the video to get like 10 views or something like that. And I'm like, I'm literally doing what everybody else is telling me to do online on how to like grow YouTube videos and become successful over here, and I'm getting this. And don't get me wrong, like the things that I was getting was great and it was fantastic, and I'm grateful for everything that I have received and I continue to receive from the channel. It was just frustrating seeing how it wasn't growing in the ways that I had envisioned it to, and I understand that that's just part of the process. And I was talking about that with one of you a couple weeks ago as well too, where it's just like, there's this guy that I've been seeing on YouTube, maybe you've been seeing him as well too. It's a Ian on YouTube or something like that, and the dude's been doing it for like 13 years, and then his channel just like blew up, and now he's at like 200k subscribers or something along those lines. So when I see those videos, I'm like, all right, all I have to do is just continue doing it, and it's the journey that's the biggest part. So I guess it's just a matter of realizing that you're going to be using the time regardless. The time is going to be getting spent one way or another, if you're working or if you're not working. That was something else that I learned this past from taking off all the time that I did from the work. I'm like, when I'm working at a job, like the time still moves if I'm not working a job. Like the world's always going to be constantly moving, and the days are always going to be constantly passing. So it's like, how do I want to spend the days? What do I want to be doing with my days? Where do I want to be going? And that's where I was like, it'd be cool to be able to take the photos of my days and just like, even if they're just for me, but like put them in a book and then print off multiple books or something along those lines and share that with other people. Because another friend of mine that I was talking to, and I didn't even know this, but I was like, I never even thought that like photos could be art. I thought photos were just like photos type of thing. Like I never expected people to pay for them or enjoy them. They were just a me thing, and that's something that I've always done. So I figure I want to explore that a little bit more, get a different camera than the one that I have right now. The one that I have right now works, it does. It feels cheap, and I understand that that's like maybe an excuse for me not wanting to go out with the camera that I do have, where I'd rather use a camera that's maybe a little bit more expensive or sleek. I don't know. It's just something that I was thinking a little bit about, is trying to use it in the ways that I want to use it. I think it'd just be fun. There's a guy in a scooter in the snow. I don't know if you can see this at all or not, because I don't know how far this goes, but like, apparently those electric scooters got some kick to them. Interesting. So I was thinking about getting one of those too, and then writing that down to like my office now. It's being stuck inside all the time, dude. Not having other people to talk to. At least not in like this realm. That's why I made the videos, and I'm like, the people that are interested in hearing what I have to say will comment, and they'll leave comments, and we can have discussions, and then I can make the videos addressing the comments or just talking to you in the comment section as well too. It just seemed like the best option for me. But like I say, I'll keep making the videos, and if something never ends up coming of the videos, and I do this for 40 years, 50 years, 100 years, whatever it may be, and nothing ever happens, then so be it. It's something that I'm okay with. But this is something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy sharing my thoughts when I have them. I always have them. But like, there's just some days where there's different ideas or things that I want to share that I feel like it's better for me to do it this way instead of having to like push out something every single day. I can do that if I need to, and I have done that. I think it's just better for me when I have like, I'll at least record every day, but I might not have something like long or in depth like this. Because some days I just want to sit in the silence in the car. And maybe some of you don't do that, but it's something that I enjoy. And I like to be able to go to travel once a week or something like that, or once a month to different places, take different photos, just kind of see where things go, see where things take me. I don't know. Nobody knows. There's a lot of things that I do want to do, and I understand it's like reading a book or making a video or growing at the gym, whatever it is you go one lift at a time, one rep at a time, one weight at a time, and then all of a sudden you start at 10 pounds, and then you're at 30, and 40, and 80, and then you're benching, and then you're squatting and deadlifting. It's the same thing with life and business and money and sales and education and growth. It just takes, and photos as well too. It just takes small little individual incremental acts to make that happen. I watched a TED talk about that a couple months ago, or maybe a month ago or so, where it's just like some painters do like little small individual pixels. If you've ever done Photoshop work, like there's small individual pixels that make up everything, but like you just do one of those every single time, and then as soon as you step back, it's like you have a whole painting in front of you. So just things that I'm thinking about, things that I'm planning on acting upon as well too. Sorry, you guys. Thanks, Beamer. I just like to physically see the photos that I take instead of having them on the screen all the time. So I'm telling you, dude, you print them off and you actually size them up or something like that. There's just a different experience with that photo. I want to explore that more. I want to test that out more. I want to see what other photos I can take. And sure, they might not be as good as some other people, but so be it. Everybody has their own characteristics and traits, and I just want to do the things that I enjoy, share them in the best way that I know how. So if you want to see some of those things, or if you're working on something and you're curious as where to start, maybe this is your sign to go get started. Just try it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't. Subscribe if you made it to the end. Leave a like as well too. And I'll see you when I see you.